welcome back again. This is Sim and Stitches, and today we are going to be sourcing our fabric for this beautiful design for our beautiful princess Benita. I want you to come along with me as we go for the market runs to get the fabric. All right, let's go. Okay, so today I decided to take you guys along with me and show you some behind the scenes, never seen before clip of how I go to the market to get fabrics and sewing materials for each and every project. I think I'm going to be doing more of this type of videos. I'll be showing you everything from the beginning. I'm going to carry you guys along, I promise. All right, so I started going. I made my way towards the market. If you're familiar with Oshobo in Osun State, that is where we are. This market where our location is called Ayegbaju Market, and that is where we are. Station Road. Station Road. So right there at the market entrance, there's a bus stop there. So I called the place where we buy the sewing materials market, and that is the Station Road. And then the journey began. Then drive low. So this driver is one of the few nice driver I've ever encountered in this Oshogo. All right, so he started talking about why he needed that tripod, what he would use it for. He wants to be watching football, listening to press report and other stuff that other people do. So he was telling me that he's not old, he's young, and that is why he wants to do what he's doing, that he wants to join the young generation in content creation and everything. Like, it was such a funny moment, man. Like, I enjoyed every of this conversation. Talked about old age, that he wants to grow old but he doesn't want to grow too old, and it was just funny. The guy in front was also laughing, and the conversation was quite interesting. And then he also talked about the need for him to also be able to blend with younger generation. He shared his experience and all, and then we got to a point that he talked about his children. Yes, that he has younger children and he sees what they do on social media and he also desires to do it. So all of this he was saying to convince me to give him my tripod. But then I didn't plan to do charity on my way to this is work. I'm going on a mission and I needed this tripod. So I told him that, oh, if I had known him earlier, I would have made an arrangement to either buy or order, but this one I did not plan it. So but the guy was really nice. It was so nice, and the way he was communicating, you see. And then something just happened out of the blues. One guy just came from nowhere and accused me of recording him. Listen to this. A náwó ní àṣà Nàìjíríà ní láti náwó wò. Èèyàn lè lówó yẹn lọ́wọ́ gan-an, èèyàn sì tún kọ́kọ́ náwó náà. It's called baggage bag. Ṣé ń yà ọ́ ni? Ṣáàdọ̀dọ̀ wọn. Èyàn tẹ́lẹ̀ ṣe lọ ṣé ń yà ọ́ ni ọmọ kí n ṣe ni. Ta la wọn? Àbí ìdè lélẹ̀. Àwárògò. Ṣé pé ń jà ọ́ ni àbí? Ẹ wò ẹ ti gbà ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ sọ yẹn gẹ́gẹ́ pé gangan jẹ́ yíwà fídíò rẹ̀ lọ́sí. Sáàdì fún ọ lépè ni. Ṣé òun jalè ni? Ṣé ó ṣe nǹkan tí bẹ̀rù fi mọ́? Ṣé ó jalè ni? Ẹ wò Nàìjíríà, oríṣiríṣi èèyàn ló wà lọ́nà Nàìjíríà wa yìí. Like, the guy was ready to fight me. He told me to delete that video, that why was I recording him. I didn't even see him in my clip. Like, he didn't even appear until he drove off towards the bus. And thank God that I already built like a kind of relationship with the driver, because the driver stood in and defended me and spoke for me. Eventually, I alighted, and this is the entrance to the market, one of the entrances actually. So I approached the people selling the fabric. I had different options, different sections, different types of fabric that we use. So here I approached the first vendor that I usually go to, but it seems they didn't have what I wanted. So then I moved to the next person, and these ones, they had what I wanted. No, no, not that they had it like that. They had just one fabric. I needed variety. I needed to check and weigh all the options that I have.
ọmọ mi ń ké jàre dáhùn jọ sáré bá mi ṣe owó. ẹgbà
èló ni kíní gafag
tẹ́lẹ̀ 3-5 lọ kájálẹ̀.
èyí tí ó wà ní lórí tẹ kíkì lórí
mélòó wà bá wọn mélòó lè dozen 1000.
ó yá bá mi ṣe jọ.
má ṣe mistake wọn mélòó fẹ́. wọ́n bọ̀.
Sá kọ́kọ́ bá mi ṣe owó yìí. Ẹgbẹ́ ló kọ́kọ́ bá mi ṣe owó yìí.
ẹgbẹ́ tí kí n jáde kúrò bẹ́ẹ̀.
Sequence.
sequence ẹ̀ ló bọ̀. mo bọ̀ bọ̀.
Royal blue ni mo fẹ́.
bóyá bèrè.
Sequence. Èló ló pa?
3-5 lọ pàtó.
Kò gbá 3000.
ẹ̀rọ mà.
Bọ́tì yẹn ti bọ́lẹ̀ o. Ẹ káàárọ̀. Èló ni sequence? Ṣé àrùn sequence gan wà? Èló ló pa tiẹ̀? Kí lẹ pé? Kò gbá 3000. So I proceeded to the third shop actually. That was where I got what I wanted. I was able to choose varieties of designs, varieties of options, and then I went for the best. You can see me bargaining. So one thing about me, even if you bring the price low, I will still bargain. That was how I was taught. That was how my parents taught me. This is like an African thing. I can't believe we are gradually becoming African parents. All right, so I went in, I started searching, I saw different designs, but then I wanted one that would be skin friendly, that would be comfortable to the child, because I'm making it for a young child, like a year old. It's for her birthday shoot, so I didn't want something that is harsh. All right, so eventually I was able to get this one. This is a sequence fabric, so I decided to place the lining under it. I wanted to see if the blue was going to be bright royal, because that was the theme of this outfit, the royal blue and gold. That was about it's more of royal blue. So I started bargaining the price. Eventually they still concluded it is 3,500 naira. That was the amount they sold it. So some people say things are expensive in Oshobo. Well, maybe not, but when you are left with no option, we have no choice than to just go ahead and do the buying. So yeah, you can see that I changed the settings and position of my phone, because this young lady here also accused me of recording her, which I did not do. I actually didn't record her, but she was like, don't record me, don't record me. I was like, okay. Then I changed. I told her that even if she appeared in the picture, her face appeared, I was going to cut it off. These are the things that we encounter as content creator, but all is still good. So eventually, while I was talking, she asked questions, very friendly, and then I told her the reason, and she was like, oh, she wants to blow. I should show her face. I should do this. I should do that. But then, because she had already stated it from the onset that she doesn't want her face to show, I did not show her face. So I went on, I bought the fabric, then I bought the second type of fabric, which was the skin mesh. I wanted a soft tissue net and a veil net. Yes, a veil net and a soft tissue net to achieve the design that I needed. So I proceeded to buy my veil net. I bought 18 yards of the veil net, and I bought 2 yards of the skein net, making 20 yards in total. So those were the things that I bought, and those were the prices that I used. Then I also went on to buy my bridal satin as lining. I bought ordinary lining to close up the work inside the sewing line, so that the edges will not be open, and it would ease out whatever harshness the fabric comes with, so that the child will not feel any form of discomfort. So here she was looking for the best shade, because after I had bought the main fabric, the sequin fabric, then I told her specifically that I needed that shade of blue. Sometimes the tone can be different. Like if you go to the market, if you're familiar with market runs, you will know that it is very important to take a piece of the fabric that you're using. You take a piece along with you, so that you compare the shade, the lightness and the darkness of each of these color shades. Yes, because there are various color shades that we have. So eventually we were able to get it, and then she started measuring. Boy, she measured this fabric, and it got to a point I wasn't satisfied. My mind was telling me that she had done some wayo for me, like she had manipulated the measurement. I told her to start all over again. I told her, like, start again, girl. I can't take this. Eventually, we discovered that I was right. And then I told her, don't do this for me again. This is not the first time of me patronizing. So I like people, when I go to buy things, people being sincere. Yeah, you called it a price for me. I did not withhold a portion of it. And so why would you do this for me too? So the thing got on, she apologized, and then she took a measurement again, and everything was sorted. So I was happy that I was able to get everything I needed in this shop. Then after buying of this veil net, I went ahead to buy the inner net for the lining. Yeah, me showed you. So why they showed you it's blown here. It's on the head now, so I'm fine look. Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ yóò jẹ yín. Ẹ kọ̀ díẹ̀ díẹ̀ ní gbogbo nǹkan. Alright, so then I went on to buy the net for the inner structure. I bought this hard net, but then it wasn't too hard. I didn't buy the stiff one because I'm using it for a baby, and I don't want it to be, pinching or punching the baby's skin. So it is still good for structure if you can manipulate. I'll show you how I did mine. So I used this, then I went on to buy threads. I bought half a pack of thread for this color. I bought a yard of this lining. I bought accessories. I bought zippers. I bought some other things that I needed for the shop in general. So that was how the market runs went. It was quite, funny. And at the end of the day, they calculated my money. I spent over 20,000 for this market run. But then it was still okay because it was within the amount I budgeted. And here, baby girl is tired. Look at me. I'm tired, but still looking pengy. And then I walked out. I went to another place to get some other stuff, but then I didn't record there. But I left the market, and then I called the taxi, another one. But this time around, the taxi man did not engage me in any conversation because I was even tired. I just sat down quietly in the bus. I was enjoying the breeze, and I was meditating, listening to what other passengers were talking about. They were discussing Nigeria. Now when you see Nigerians together in the bus, if one person is not preaching or one person is arguing about football, it will either be they're talking about the state of the nation, everything about economy, everything being expensive, food, blah blah blah, the government, all those things that actually affect Nigerians. At this point, I was just when I was doing this video, I was now imagining this one. I was imagining that someone should just give this video that sample. Okay, let's look at it now. See, baby girl, fine girl, fine girl, fine girl with little or no pimple. Okay, no pimple. All right, so but I was glad that I was able to achieve this. I went back to my store, and then by the time I got to my store, I began production. So straight away, because I had just 2 days to pull up with this dress, I had just 2 days. So even though I was tired, I went on to work that day. I started cutting. And one thing about me is if I have a project, if I have a deadline, if I have a project in mind, not even about deadline, because I don't like working towards a deadline, like waiting till deadline before working. No. So if I have a project, I would not rest. Like the moment, even if I'm tired, the moment there's a project I need to finish, I get to work. Like straight away, baby, I get to work. And then I started cutting. I divided the fabric into layers, 5 inches each. Yes, 5 inches each. Those were the inches that I used. All right.